I had to get away from all that. But here's my second message before I go outside and get some sun. Second message. The reason why I started titling these videos I need to get a necklace for this next week. But the reason why I started titling those videos, 1 view to a billion, is because when you want to show God's miraculous power, it has to be something that is outside of your own ability to produce. Like if I said I'm climbing Mount Everest, I would purposely do my best to get there, but know that there's something else propelling me there, because it's basically like unhuman. That's basically what I'm trying to say, is that in order for me to get to a billion, with understanding that there's an algorithm, a robot controlling the system, that means there's something bigger than the algorithm. There's another power stronger. And people nowadays, not even nowadays, but more so nowadays, it's more prevalent nowadays. It's not about the views. It's about the message. Mostly all my views have 1 view on it. I don't even know who these 1 people are, but it doesn't matter. Am I more concerned about the message or the view? Because that's what the algorithm wants us to do. Eventually, you'll be, I seen YouTubers. They got YouTubers that I used to watch back in the day. They don't even be on YouTube no more, because it'll burn you out. It'll burn you out. And this is from me making 1 video every like 3 months, because I don't like the internet. But God told me to, push your word out. You have a word to speak, push it out. So the point I'm trying to make is this. The algorithm wants you to make a fool of yourself, because foolery gets you attention. Attention gets you views. Views get you money. So it's like the hierarchy of the foolery pyramid. The hierarchy of, let me not even say foolery, the hierarchy of the bamboozle pyramid, because they really basically doing the whole step and fetch blackface again, just in New Age. If I can get you to act a fool, that means others will mimic and act a fool again. Eventually, there'll be millions acting a fool, and then what actual purpose? You know what I'm saying? What purpose do we have? Because we will be all chasing the artificial reality, but then still complaining about there's nothing meaningful on to watch, because you all are what's the word, collaborating with the foolery. So what do you expect? You think the robot is gonna say, don't make smart stuff? No, that's not how it works. Some of you all were born in the New Age, so I can't really explain it to you all. But for those that were born in the old time, get back to that type of energy. I know it's difficult because the world is different, but take a walk. Do things that you could do back then to have fun. And you won't seek this artificial attention, because it's an illusion. It's not real. But yeah, I just came here to say, speak with meaning. Speak with purpose, because the views you seek will come, but they'll be true views and not artificial views. Some people out here buying views, buying bot messages. This world is so easily manipulated. You can literally create it's like New Age Hollywood. You can create your own image. But why not be satisfied in God's image? And I know it's a harder It's like someone saying to you, why not walk to work? And you say, well, I could just drive the car. And then you end up seeing the difference of the person that walks to work and drives the car. The person that drives the car ends up being, 50 pounds more heavier because they go out to breakfast every day. Like, that's what God is always going to be the harder route to success. And Satan will always be the cheat code. No, to each his own, no judgment on what you choose, but the destination and the outcome will show the difference between the two. And you can't go back on your decision at the end, at the end of the destination. You can't go back on your decision at the end of the travel. You can't say, man, I wish I made the wrong decision. It's too late. The whole purpose of choice and agency was to make the decision at the beginning the right way. It's too late. So I encourage you all that actually want a real life, try to live it in a very simplistic way. Try to live it in a way that feels genuine to you, freeing to you, and purposeful to you. Everything else that the machine creates is to give you an illusion of reality. It's like dating a whore and dating a wife. The whore is fun for the moment, but it's not real, because eventually there will be another that has finance to outdo you. It's not true. But the marriage, if it's genuine, money or not, it's true. And even if the marriage fails, the fact that you put all that energy and intention into doing something that purposeful makes it more true in its essence, rather than the prostitute, the whore, the stripper. You can tell from the beginning of your choice which choice is the right choice, even though you might not say it. Inside, everyone knows. So yeah, I say that to say, live your life. Live your life in the truest way, even if others don't understand. But know that the decisions you make will be, they're going to come back on you. They're going to come back on you. So don't live in that narrative like YOLO, because YOLO is only good for the moment until it's not. So be true. And it's a hard argument to fight against, because being true is like saying, it's like a drug dealer telling a regular boy, man, get a 9-to-5 job. And it's like, you don't got no 9-to-5 job. And I want that car. I want the women. I want the jewelry. For those that will be influenced by others, ask them if they're doing the same thing as you. That's the best way to gain an apprentice. For the student and the teacher to do like this, they have to have the same lifestyle or very similar lifestyles. The drug dealer should not give no advice to regular children. He should only give advice to younger drug dealers, because he lived the same lifestyle. So I'm giving this information out to anyone younger than me, or even older than me, or even my age. If you're seeking a more fruitful life, live a truer life. It might be more difficult at first, but it gets easier, because you begin to feel and enjoy what was always meant to be here, not what was added on. It's like eating a real meal versus eating a meal with preservatives. One meal is fake, even though it might feed your urges at the moment. One meal is always going to be fake, and one meal may take longer to make, but it's made with love, and it takes time to marinate all the flavors, all the ingredients, all that time and joy. And then you eat it and you say, I'm grateful that I ate this one instead, because it gave me nourishment, happiness, pleasure, love. A home cooked meal is different. That's why it's called home cooked. They don't ever call microwave cooked. They don't never say factory cooked. because these are artificial ways of creating something. Home cook means you took time, you made it from scratch. Remember those words back? I don't know if y'all know what that means. Making from scratch means that you made it from the beginning. All real ingredients. Nothing fake. So yes, if you want to live a real life, live it from scratch. Build it up. Now, if you want to live a fake life, that's cool. But don't get mad when the fake life, when it starts to work against you, when it starts to betray you, don't get mad because that's the life you chose. For the women with BBLs, don't get mad when the BBL starts to not work the way you want it to work. It takes a lot of maintenance to maintain a fake life. You don't never have to maintain a true life because it's true every day. It's true every moment. For the men that want to, flex on the bag they got, eventually your money will dry up. Eventually your money will dry, and the truth of the matter will come out, and you'll say, "Damn, I'm broke." You've always been broke. Now it just realizes itself. So for those that are listening, if anyone is listening, when you have some time alone, ask yourself, do I want to live a false life or a true life? And then calculate what you have to do for either of those lives to exist. And then make your decision. Because there is no judgment. Only God can judge. And yourself. And others. But the only judgment that truly matters is God. And He wants you to live a life that is of Him, in His image. And His image is true. So even if you don't believe in God, for yourself, what route would you choose? That, at the end, is the ultimate question. Think about it. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.